Let's testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1. Hello. Testing. Okay, you know what? I can do play-by-play for the first half because I know how to do the intro. We'll do this quarter, you do the second quarter, and then you do the third quarter, I do the fourth quarter. Sound good? Epic. Okay. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
A little bit. Let's see. Buttons. Okay. Say, can you speak?
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, it works now. All right, put in 3. Yeah, there we go. Yep, we're good now. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. Let's do this. Let's rock and roll all night and every day. Did you get the starter? Oh god, you did. Let me get the stack broadcast so we can get the both teams.
Hello.
All right, cool. All right, got it. Do you got your keys to the game set up? I'll go to you. I'll go to you at the first time out, okay? Okay. All right, are we live?
Yep.
Oh. Well, new rivalries and new years are hidden bound here in Pullman, Washington, as the Washington State Cougars will be taking on their Eastern Washington rivals, the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Sorry for any technical difficulties. I'm Dylan Bergman.
I'm Connor Seiferling.
And we are excited to have you as both teams are up and at 'em as at noon today here in Pullman. The crowd is doing the Jaws chant as it will be number 33, Alex Corville, taking on number 15, Courgette Elm at the opening tip-off. We are just aching away, looking like we have some timing or some sort of TV issues as the crowd is just aching for this one to go. It certainly has been a new year for college athletics as Washington State University will be playing in the WCC. They've started out strong with a 5-0 record. Gonzaga, on the other hand, could equal their number of WCC losses this year as they are tied for third in WCC. I'm so happy that you have joined us. As Little will take it for Gonzaga, who will send it on to Turner. She finds Elge, who in turn gets to the corner with Little, as Elge will come in, and that'll be a traveling violation on Gonzaga. Washington State forcing their opening turnover.
Alex Colville was just looking to get the edge there down low. Got lucky to get away with a no call on the foul. Great positioning, though, there.
Yeah, strong screen there forces the turnover, as this will now be heading over to Villa. She's going to sends it over to Corville, who in turn finds Tunita, as this will be sent over to Corville back as she finds Villa. Villa is trying to break into the key, takes a 2-point shot, and will just rim that one out as this ball is going to be taken up by Gonzaga. Down the court goes to Asinia, who in turn sends it over to Hujubens from the Netherlands. Then the Dutch girl goes to the top of the key, finds Little, as there'll be a second turnover on Gonzaga. Traveling called again.
That time out, Hujubens just looking for a nice driving lane on the corner there. Just couldn't quite get her feet set in the right way she wanted to, and results in a turnover.
Yeah.
Cougs looking to capitalize on their first basket now.
Yeah, Washington State really applying the pressure here to start the game, forcing 2 turnovers on Gonzaga's possessions, as this one will be taken down the court again by Alcina, who sends it over to Hujums. No, that was Binnencourt. As this will be Henderson from the Netherlands again, as Corville scoops up the rebound. As she will go find Tunita, as this one will be sent over to Villa. Villa's on the near side part of that court. She tries to find an open teammate as she would get to Corville. As Villa will be breaking into the key now, sends it back to Corville. Corville sends that one up and will score the first point for Washington State. 2-0. Washington State leads with 8 minutes in the first quarter. Ball goes up as this will be another 2 points. This one from Hijebins.
That was Yvonne Ejim on the basket. She's such a strong presence down low. Coach Cami Etheridge talking about that matchup early in the season. Important one down low for the Cougs.
Yes, both big women now facing each other, as this will be now Villa breaking in for Washington State, misses the basket. Both teams not really finding the basket today so far.
Nope, not quite. Just can't get efficient. They're getting good looks, especially in that mid-range area, but they just can't quite get that basket to go. They're going to look to keep this momentum going and keep creating the offense.
Bittencourt for Gonzaga misses another shot, as this will be now Villa, who sends it over to Tunita, as that ball is going to be rimmed out again, like we were saying. Both teams not really establishing a strong scoring game yet so far. With 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter, it's 2-2. This will be sent over to Hijebins, who sends it back to Bittencourt at the top of on the outside part of the line, who sends it back into Hijebins and the key. Hijebins trying to get a short near shot and will get one in the key. 4-2. Gonzaga leads now with 6 minutes and 45 seconds in the first quarter.
The grad student out of the Netherlands just doing a great job putting her body on the in the post and just making them work.
Yeah, she's a transfer from Syracuse, as this will be now Corville. Corville gets 2 Gonzaga defenders for out physicaling her, as Washington State will get their first foul called on the day. So far, Gonzaga has 2. Washington State has 1 foul so far, as it was just an awkward sort of bit of physical defense there by Washington State.
Yeah, Tuhina came up a little late. Wallach was on a one-on-one with Ejim, which you just can't have down low. Even for a great player like Wallach, she just can't handle that matchup alone. Tuhina comes in there, reaches in, forces the foul. She came up a little gingerly after that one, holding that knee, which has a brace on it right now.
Yeah, basketball is a physical sport. I can attest to that, as this one's going to be Ajim coming back in on a near side shot. She gets her own rebound and will be fouled on the shot. That was a shot inside the key. Could have been dangerous, as Washington State will get a foul on the floor, as this will be Washington State's second foul of the day.
Tahina picks up her second foul there. That's an important one, because Tahina, she's a great facilitator, deep threat from outside. She's great for spacing the floor. So the Cougs are going to have to go to the bench early, already reaching for that bench spot.
As that opening free throw will be made, making it the first free throw of the afternoon. This is Ajim, as she will take another shot and will be 2 for 2. 6-2 is your score right now. Gonzaga getting out to the early lead, as this will be taken up by Villa, who sends it on over to Villa, who has it now to Wallach. Tara Wallach, the remaining senior, the only senior on the team, who will get 2 for Washington State. 6-4 now is your score at 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. This will be O'Connor now at the top of the outside of the 3-point line, who will try to break it in. That ball will be sent on over to Turner, who will have her pass intercepted by Osborne for Washington's. That's Miller for Washington State, as this will be sent over to Kapitu, the freshman center from Niger. Villa tries to take a shot now right next to the free throw line. An uncontested shot goes unscored, as O'Connor now for Gonzaga will take the ball up the court. This will be Little trying to break inside, guarded by 2 big women, as this is going to be a pure chaos now, as a rebounded pass is sent to
Allie Turner. Allie Turner, an excellent three-point shooter, shooting over 40% on almost 6.5 attempts per game. That's a player just you cannot let get hot from deep.
That is quite right, as Capitu sends that ball over to Villa, as Capitu takes a pass back and will take a shot from the inside, underhand shot, as that ball is going to be deflected off Gonzaga. Ball is going to get bounced off her Capitu's for Washington State's foot, as that was just a really bad counterattack by Gonzaga. As Capitu will send this one over. She's trying to break inside that three-point line just on the outside part, as she'll send it over to Little. Little will have this one in, send it over to Tara Wallach, who's going to try and take a shot right at the edge of the three-point line. Doesn't get the three-point shot, but will make the score 9-6. Gonzaga leads with 4 minutes remaining as Gonzaga rims that ball out. As here comes Villa leading the Washington State counterattack. She's going to be guarded by two Gonzaga defenders, and there's going to be a foul called. That was Turner and MG on the defense. As here comes now our first media timeout. And as our first media timeout, what is the keys for Washington State to win today?
Well, for Washington State, the most important thing is stop being E-Jim down low. She's an excellent scorer. Last year, she was Becky Hammond Player of the Year, as well as the WCC Player of the Year and WCC Defensive Player of the Year. She is just a force down low. And before this game, Coach Cammie Etheridge was talking about her and just saying, you know, they did a good job on her last year, but she is just someone who cannot be stopped in the post. Her post moves, her presence down there, despite her 6'1" frame, is just excellent. So stopping her, probably doubling her on occasion. Also, Wallach just staying strong and holding her own. That's going to be a very important thing for the Cougs. Another thing to look out for is freshman Allie Turner, who's been a pleasant surprise. She wasn't highly recruited coming out of high school, but she's an excellent three-point shooter, shooting nearly 42% from three this season. She just knows when to let it go, and I'm sure her coach loves the way she's been playing. And then finally, the Cougs, it's just going to be hitting the three ball. The Cougs do take a lot of shots, and, you know, it just hasn't been the most efficient this season. Players like Tara Wallach are expanding their range. Estera Tahina, early in the season especially, was letting it fly from deep, but those shots just haven't been falling. So spacing the floor and keeping it going is going to be very important.
Right you are, right you are. Well, we'll be back out of this short break. I'm Dylan Bergman.
And I'm Connor Seiferling.
And you are listening to KOGR, the student voice of the Palouse. Well, it's 9-6 here in the opening stages of this battle for Eastern Washington. And we are just excited to have you. 3 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Tara Wallach leading for Washington State. She is 2 for 2 for field goals on the day, scoring for Washington State 6 points, as it will be number 10, Villa, who will be taking the free throws for Washington State after a breakaway foul, forced 2 free throws for that, as Eleanor Villa will go 1 for 2 at the line, making it 9-7. She is currently 53% from the line today. this year so far, as this will be now sent around by Gonzaga to Dalton, who breaks it in to Osborne, and that'll be Little, as that basket will be a shooting foul, I believe. No. It looks like officiating is our discussion. It's going to be 2 shots shooting foul on Washington State. That is going to be on Villa number 34 for Washington State.
Esther Little, not somebody you expect to get the scoring bug, and keep it going. She's only averaging 2.4 points per game this season, but she's a key player in that lineup, a key rotation piece, and it's good to see her down low. But it looks like they're not going to give her a shooting foul on that one.
It looks like the basket's going to score. Never mind, it was not on the floor. I believe the scoring foul. Kevin Etheridge, the Hall of Fame coach for Washington State University, gives a brief explanation, as it'll be 11-7 actually for Washington State. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. As off a screen, this will be now Dalton for Gonzaga, as Little will take this one. She will make contact. No foul called. Little gets her own rebound. Sends that one across to Dalton, who will send that one three, as that will be 14-7 now. Gonzaga leads with 3 minutes and 18 seconds in the first quarter.
That was not a bad defensive possession, but it just broke down at the end, forcing Wallach to close out late. Good 3-point shooting there by Dalton.
You are quite right, as this one will be a near side 2-point attempt will be for not, as Alicia for Gonzaga will take that one, as she will as Alex Corville will try to get the rebound, but that will be broken up by Eleanor Villa. Villa will take a shot, and she will be fouled on the shot, and the basket will not score, as this will be 2 shots for Eleanor Villa.
They're giving her the and one, I believe, on that one.
Never mind. Score the basket and one. As it'll be 14-9. Gonzaga leading with Villa, who has been very efficient actually from the 3-point line. 87% on the year, as that extra free throw attempt will not score. 14-9 is now your score. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the game, as Gonzaga will try and create a possession here, as Little will take this one from the top of the key. Will be broken up.
Alcina in on that one. Interesting decision by Coach Cami Etheridge to bring in Alcina early. Great perimeter defender, best on the team. She plays in sparing minutes, but when she's out there, she's one of the best on the floor.
Yes, Ella Villa will send this one over to Tara Wallach. Wallach breaking inside, takes a shot from just right next to the basket. Blocked out, though, by both Little and Bettercourt of Gonzaga, as Bettencourt will have it for Gonzaga. Tara Wallach scoops up a steal, and as she has been very efficient with getting steals, 16 on the year. This will be Corbin Miller now for Washington State, who had sent it over to Tara Wallach, as Alicia will send it back to Wallach, and Wallach will get open 3 points. Washington State scores 3. 14-12 is your score with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Great find there. Wallach just popping out at the last second. She's doing a great job this season, learning her awareness and her spacing abilities.
You are correct. As that ball goes out of play, it will be a Cougar ball. Washington State throw-in, as this will be taken by Tara Wallach. Wallach really being one of the leaders on this team. The last member of the 2023 team to remain on the team. She also has 2 NCAA tournament appearances.
Yep, that is correct. She's such an important voice in the locker room. Just as the sole senior, Coach Cami Etheridge talked about her before the season and was just saying how important it's going to be for her to be a leader out there. And as the team's second leading scorer, she's doing a great job this season so far. And she's definitely liked the way she's seen those freshmen.
Eleanor Dalton sends a pass inside to Bettencourt. Bettencourt will be, as she'll be fouled inside the key. I believe it'll be a shooting foul. This will give Gonzaga 2 free throws. Eleanor Villa had a shot broken up just before that, as Gonzaga on the transition gets a shooting foul called. 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. Gonzaga leading now 14-12 as it'll be Benincourt who will be trying to extend that lead, and she will get an extra point, 15-12.
Betancourt, the transfer from UConn. She has some championship experience there, is working with the Hall of Fame coach, Gino. She just is transitioning into a new role here at Gonzaga. Great to see her on the floor getting some significant action.
Tara Wallach inbounds that one after Benincourt scores another point, making it 16-12, as this will be a shot attempt by Marta Alicia, as that is going to be just a little short, as Benincourt will take a 3-point for Gonzaga shot, as that ball's going to be rimmed out, and a foul called, as it'll be a foul on Gonzaga, as it'll be a foul on the floor. Tara Wallach will be taking it in right at the C, as there will be a brief substitution for Washington State. And what are your thoughts so far on the shooting efficiency of Washington State?
It's been off and on, inconsistent. They're only shooting 33% in the field. There's been a lot of good looks in the paint. Marta Alcine on that last possession just broke through really fast. They should be converting those.
Yeah, even heading into this game after some strong WCC performances, Washington State has not been able to not consistently outscore their opponents. As this will be sent over to Tara Wallach, who sends it over to Mendez, as Eleanor Villa will get the ball, as Washington State will be called for an illegal screen, as this will be an inbounding throw. Once more, Washington State so far averaging 66.4 points per game, opponents 66.5 points per game, in spite of some pretty strong WCC play.
Yeah, well, they started off the season rough. They had one of the toughest non-conference schedules, top 20 in the country. When you get blown out by Stanford and have tough games against Texas Tech, Oregon, and BYU, you can't do much about that scoring margin.
As this will be a shot for Turner. Turner's shot will fall short. No, as this will end the first quarter at a score of 16-12. Well, that has certainly been a fascinating first quarter. We'll see how things keep on going here in the second. Will Washington State be able to increase their scoring efficiency? We'll find out after this short break. I'm Dylan Bergman.
And I'm Connor Seiferling.
And you're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
All right, and we are back here out of the timeout. I am Connor Seiferling. I'm here with Dylan Bergman. And here we are starting the second quarter of action. 16-12, Gonzaga up. Tara Wallach with the ball. Passes it to Eleanor Villa. Handoff goes to Dart from Australia. Wallach's going to send it back to Villa. Koval looking to set a screen. She gets around it. Can't find the option. Nice little floater, but too strong. It's going to head back the other way for Allie Turner, who sends it to Darton. Outside Ejim to Betancourt. Looking for an option, Allie Turner. Back out to Ejim on the perimeter. Nice little pick and roll. Shot and good. That's Claire O'Connor on the basket. The Bellevue native with the basket. Now 18-12, Gonzaga up by 6. Looking to continue some momentum. Colville in the post. Nice seal and good. Gets it right off the glass. Sealing out Ejim, one of the better front court players in the conference. Great work there. Marta Alcina. Allie Turner looking for a shot outside. Let's go. No good. On the rebound, though, is Majimins. Turner gets the flush, and it's good. Great second effort there by Turner to get the basket to go. Comes in just off the slight handoff down low and gets it going. Eleanor Villa will send it to Dart. Dart looking for an entry pass. Drives into the paint. Falls down and blocked by Turner. Excellent defense there. Allie Turner pushing the pace, looking for Ejim. Back to Betancourt, who's looking for a shot. That's going to get sent back out. Zags looking to settle in the possession. The drive by Claire O'Connor. Betancourt to Claire O'Connor. Nice feed. Alistar, hands straight up, but she finishes around it. Good finish there by Claire O'Connor. A foul is going to be called on the Zags. Excuse me, a timeout is going to go to the Zags. And we will go to the break.
This will be a Washington State timeout. Cami Etheridge, the gold medalist from Korea, the Team USA gold medalist in the Seoul Olympics, is not happy with her team right now. Gonzaga really been able to quickly cycle through the possession at the start of that first quarter, and that's something definitely that she's going to be talking about during this timeout.
Yeah, the Zags started off the second quarter quite hot, just within a couple minutes, extending their lead to 8. What did you think they did best there in those first couple of possessions to work around the front court and stay efficient down low?
They were just moving the ball. Washington State just not really able to get their arms out. Before, they were really able to get quickly deflect passes, and Gonzaga just made a few adjustments that Washington State was just not prepared for at the intermission between the first and second quarters. And that's just a little bit different of a kind of tactic between, let's say, those who are more used to the college men's basketball game and the women's basketball game, because you can get those, like you get those breaks in between. You don't have halves unlike the men's game, and so you end up with quarters, which basically allow you to make a lot more adjustments than you would be on the fly during, let's say, a 2-half men's game.
Yeah, those quarters definitely create very different momentum shifts from the men's game. Coach Cami Etheridge is going to look to talk it over in this timeout, inspire some confidence in this team as they go down 8. We will be right back after this timeout. You are listening to KUGR Sports, and we'll be right back. All right, and we are back here out of the timeout. Washington State seeing if they can stop the Gonzaga momentum right here. We are at 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Cougs down by 8, 22-14. And Asteris Tuhina is going to bring up the ball for the Cougs. Back in the game after a short break there. Alcina is going to hand it off to Tuhina. Guarded closely by Claire O'Connor. Alcina in the handoff action with Coville. Looking for the screen. Gets some space. Coville on the roll. Nice, easy touchdown low. Gets it over Ejim for an easy basket.
Short basket threes might give pizzazz, but those short twos, how efficient you are with those can oftentimes decide games.
Claire O'Connor to Ejim, who sends it to Turner, who sends it to Bree Salaban outside. Claire O'Connor looking for a lane down low, out to Esther Little, who loses the ball. Villa on the closeout. Alcina gets it wrapped up, and that's going to be a jump ball. Excellent defensive effort there by Alcina.
Yeah, it'll be a Gonzaga ball for the jump ball as Washington State won the opening tip-off. Remember, there are no jump balls, unlike the NBA, in college basketball.
Esther Little gets the entry pass. Turner looking for a shot out line, not afraid to let it deep, but blocked. That's going to be a shot clock violation, 30 seconds off. Cougs on a great defensive possession there.
Yeah, shot clock violations are turnovers, and Washington State did start off the game with a pretty strong defensive control, being able to really force several unforced errors on Gonzaga.
Yeah, that defensive effort's going strong so far. Asteria Tuhina is going to be stolen from Turner on the break to Ejim. Nice basket. Great fast break effort there by the Zags.
Yeah, quick, easy 2 points there. Twos win you games.
Sometimes those twos are the most efficient on the floor, but the Zags also know when to let it from deep. Wallach with the ball, looking for Coville, but that's going to be sent out of bounds. Just couldn't quite get the entry pass she wanted to. 6:30 remaining in the second quarter here. Zags still up by 8, 24-16.
Yeah, it's interesting. That pass was just that was just strong pressure there by the Gonzaga defense. Forced basically just divided up the Cougar offense, and Washington State was not able to break it up.
Cougs pressuring down the entire floor right now. Turner on the perimeter, looking for a shot. Can't quite get there. Esther Little finds Salenbean. Little in the post, back out to 35, looking for the basket. No good. Ejim down low, back out. Zags reset with 15 on the shot clock.
Yeah, that was Salenbean there trying to get the shot off. She's 0 for 2 on the day.
Turner covered by Coville on the mismatch. Tuhina, arms up, no basket. It's going to be an offensive 3-second violation.
Yep, once more Washington State forcing a turnover. Turnovers have been a pretty good spot for Washington State today. They forced 2 traveling violations at the start of the game, and they're starting to crack down a little bit and quiet down Gonzaga's hot streak they started off with at the start of the first quarter.
Jenna Villa is going to be back in the game for the Cougs. Tarek Wallach to Villa outside. Jenna with a nice drive, and she gets the basket to go. Nice little finger roll to send it in straight into the basket.
That is going to be her first points on the day. Jenna has been doing just fine, as I believe there will be another turnover by Gonzaga.
That's going to be another offensive 3 seconds on the Bulldogs. Gonzaga struggling with turnovers early here in this game. Estera Tuhina is going to bring up the ball again for the Cougs. Cami Etheridge calling out some instructions for the team. Villa gets to her fellow teammate Villa. Coville on the outside, heavily covered. Jenna in the post, looking for a shot, gets around, and great touch there again. Jenna Villen getting her second straight basket. Excellent work in the post.
Yeah, that was just some really great inside work there, forcing a point in the key, and just a really good finish. Gets Washington State 2.
Salenben from out deep, and she gets it to go. Way downtown for the Zags.
Yeah, that was just in general. I don't even know what kind of coverage Washington State was trying to cover, as Gonzaga is 4 for 5 on their field goals.
And Villa can't return the favor from outside. Coville on the rebound, but can't quite get it to go. 27-20 Zags, 4 minutes to go. Turner bringing it up the floor. That is going to be Allie Turner as well outside. Turner looking for some action. Drives into the paint, can't get it to go. Esther Little, and she finds nobody. That's going to be another turnover for the Zags. 4 straight turnovers for Gonzaga. Looking a little bit sloppy out there.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna be bringing in 3 players. It's gonna be Claire O'Connor, Ennis Benincourt, and as well as Yanni Inge Ejim, which is going to, I think, which goes to show that Gonzaga's still a little bit antsy here.
Ooh, looking for the backdoor cut, the Villa to Villa connection, but it's going to go off the Zags. Nice little deflection there by the Zags defender. Sarah Tahina's going to get the side out as the Cougs look to close this lead. Still a 7-point game with under 4 minutes to go. Tara Wallach has yet to get going in the second quarter. Still looking for some points to get on the board. Estera Tuhina for outside. Nice little drive. Gets the floater to go from the middle of the paint, just outside the restricted area. Excellent touch again. Cougs finding their rhythm. Inez Betancourt is going to send it to Malady Jabens. Ejim outside. Back to Claire O'Connor. O'Connor. Ejim in the post with the steal, but Koval gets the block along with Tara Wallach. Excellent duo on defense. Fast break to the other side. Wallach coast to coast, but good defense down low there by Malady Ejibens.
Number 8, Marta Alcina.
Cougs got a fast break opportunity there, but the front court of the Zags were already back in position. Excellent recovery there after a poor offensive possession once again. Gonzaga has struggled to get a field goal over the past few minutes. Eleanor Villa outside. Wallach with the pump fake. Into the mid-range. Spins. Alcina open from outside. And she can't get it to go. Too strong on the left side of the basket. Zags are going to come back the other way. Betancourt looking for an option. And she slows it down. Ejim's going to be outside. Alcina covering quite tightly on Dalton. Dalton back to Ujibens. Looking for a basket. Wallach with the steal. Excellent defense. Alcina pops out wide, and the Cougs are going to slow it down once again. Eleonora Villa calling out a set as the Cougs have just 2.5 minutes to go, down by 5. Not a lot of action in the past few minutes for either team. Cougs slowly clawing back. Villa with Coville on the pick and roll, looking for a spot. Can't get the basket to go, and it's rebounded by Ujibens.
Gonzaga has not scored in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That is how long Gonzaga has been without a single score, as
Ejim with a big 3, and it's good. Not one known to space from the perimeter, but an excellent 3-pointer there.
And that's the commentator's curse. Right back at me.
Wallach back to Villa. Villa to Coville on another steal. Looking to get the action in the post, but they're going to turn it over as she tries to save it from outside. Claire O'Connor pushing the pace. Back to Betancourt. Ejim covered well by Coville. Zags slow down the possession, looking for an opportunity. Spacing out the floor quite a bit. Cougs swarm. Opportunity for the Zags, and it's good. Claire O'Connor from outside. Zags shooting 56% from 3 in this game so far. Excellent 3-point shooting. And it's going to be bobbled. Zags get possession again. Claire O'Connor pushing the pace. Ejim on her side. Nice little bounce pass, but blocked by Tara Wallach. Excellent recovery. Can't get it to go on the putback, and it's going to be a foul call down low. Excellent recovery there by Tara Wallach on the defensive end. Zags still going to go to the line. A couple of substitutions coming in here. Allie Turner and Esther Little back in for Betancourt and Ujibens.
And number 8, Betancourt.
This will be the call is a foul on the floor, as it will be inbounded by Gonzaga.
Allie Turner on the side out. Looking for Ejim, who puts up a tough shot attempt, but Coville's right there. Eleanor Avila's going to push the pace. Ellie looking for an option. Alcina's going to slow it down as we're just under a minute to go. Zag's now up by 11 again, 33-22. Ball's deflected, and it's going to go out of bounds to stay with the Cougs.
Gonzaga really been just more efficient at scoring. That's why they're leading. Right now, they have 56% from the line. 56%. Three-point shooting has been a weak spot for Washington State this year, and today it's been especially in a weak spot.
The Cougs just can't seem to get the baskets to go when they need them to. And long pass there. Jenna Villa with the right look, but she had an open lane. Questionable decision there to find her teammate, Eleanor Avila.
And it's been 3 minutes since we last seen a Cougar score. You know, the last time I said that, you know what happened? The scoring drought ended. So maybe we'll be getting a score here as soon as I say that.
The Cougs are due for one. They could use a little bit of broadcaster's luck right now. Outside is Dalton, who's going to give it back to the young freshman Turner, who's been excellent this season and a pleasant surprise for Fortier's team. Ejim in the post, does a little pump fake double take, but it's going to be a travel. She moved her feet in the possession. Great job by Alex Koval to stick with the play.
Yeah, Gonzaga's been doing quick few adjustments here. 17 seconds remaining. Just in general, Washington State just hasn't been really able to cycle through the Gonzaga defense, and they've had 3 turnovers in the past 3 minutes, along with not scoring a single point.
It's been a while for the Cougs. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3. Cougs going to get a last shot. Villa puts it up, and it's good. Just before the buzzer, it's going to count. A nice 3-point shot find by Eleanor Villa to close the quarter and the half. 33-25. Gonzaga up by 8, but the Cougs cut it to single digits just before the half. Both teams shooting above 40% from 3 in that first half. What are your takeaways from that first half?
In general, Washington State showing how and kind of why, one of the key things that they've been trying to work on throughout the year, and that's just scoring efficiency. They haven't been all that great at being efficient at just scoring well. As of right now, teams have beat them at the 3-point line with 35% of their shots going in. Gonzaga being more efficient than all their other opponents so far this year. Keep in mind, that number includes Stanford and Iowa, both games that were blowouts against Washington State.
Yeah, Wazoo, a team that's been excellent on the defensive end this year, but have just struggled to get the efficiency and the offense going at times. We have seen explosions at time in the season. Tara Wallach and Ellie Villa are both prone to go off at any point in a game, but it's just letting that 3-ball fly and getting it to click. That's the magic touch for the Cougs. What was your takeaways for the Zags, though, coming out strong there at the end of the second quarter?
You know, they started with momentum, and they continued with momentum. As much as we might like to imagine these players are kind of either statistics, they can easily read statistics. There's a lot of emotion that goes into any sport, especially basketball. Basketball is a mental game, and Gonzaga really just got into the heads of Washington State, and they were able to pull away. They at one point were leading by 12, and they forced Washington State to spend 3 minutes and 30 seconds without a single basket, and also giving up 3 turnovers.
Yes, Gonzaga did an excellent job there to finish the quarter. You're absolutely right. And we're going to go to the halftime break here. Thanks for tuning in to KUGR Sports so far. Again, 33-25, Gonzaga up at halftime in this Eastern Washington rivalry, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back here on KUGR Sports at Beasley Coliseum. I'm Connor Seiferling, and I'm here with
Dylan Bergman.
And we are here for the second half. Zags up by 8, entering into the second half in the third quarter, 33-25. Cougs are going to look to build some momentum coming out of the gate as Coach Cami Etheridge talks to her team and gets them hyped and gets them going. On the other side, for the Zags, Coach Fortier is going to look to keep pushing that momentum forward and keep the way that shooting was going at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, Coach Etheridge, I do not want to be on her bad side. She certainly can make her points known and make it very strongly. She, after all, she has the right to say stuff because she is in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. But Inji, though, has only been left 9 points. She has been able to take 7 field goals, though, so that is something that Washington State's going to want to try to constrain. Remember, we were talking before this game that we wanted Washington State to really control MG, and that has been kind of a success, but also not as much of a success as she has 9 points.
Alex Koval with the offensive rebound, but she's going to lose it. It's going to go out after the Eleonora layup opportunity coming fast right out of the gate.
Yeah, Gonzaga, remember the second quarter, they started off like a Japanese bullet train. It was right to the station, and that got Washington State off their game plan.
When the Zags push the pace, they're one of the best teams in the country at punishing you from inside or outside. Claire O'Connor looking for the opportunity there. It's going to be passed out. Turner from the corner. The three doesn't go. That's going to be last touch by the Washington State. Gonzaga's ball down low. Turner had an excellent three-point opportunity in the corner there, but she just couldn't quite get that shot to go. Again, as I've mentioned multiple times, one of the best three-point shooters in the conference, just as a freshman. She's going to let go again, and she nails it this time. Smooth like butter there for Turner.
The old saying goes, nothing but net. And, oh, boy, that was just nothing but net. And I don't even know where the Cougar defense was defending her.
Yeah, they were nowhere to be found. Excellent backdoor cut there by Eleonora Villa. Smart play. She was wide open for the layup there. Jenna Villa going to close out to Claire O'Connor. Betancourt going to pass it to her team outside, and that's going to go on the backcourt. Last touch by Zags. That's going to be over and back. Another Gonzaga turnover. It's just going to rack them up to, I believe, 15 turnovers on the day. Yeah, 15 turnovers. The Zags have not been playing clean basketball so far, despite being very efficient from the field. Alex Koval with the hard screen. Villa out to her fellow teammate. Villa lets go from deep, but it's going to go off the front iron. Pushing the pace is Betancourt. Turner looking for an opportunity. Back outside. Betancourt again. To the corner to Claire O'Connor. Ejim jab step, takes it on, puts an elbow forward, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Tara Wallach staying strong and taking the charge there. Obviously didn't fall over, but that push off with the elbow was the thing that sold it for the foul. Stara Tuhina is going to bring up the ball again for the Cougs. Looking for the give and go. Can't get the backdoor cut. Koval in the post. Tahina on the perimeter. Villa sets it back out. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Koval on the roll, and she's going to get a defensive foul on the floor for the Zags. Ibens with the foul. Second personal of the game. Eleanor Villa's going to take it out. Cougs still down by 9, 36-27 with 8 to go in the third. Looking out for an opportunity to push the pace. Ref's going to call it dead again. It's going to be a foul on the Zags as well. Second straight foul. Zags can't get into foul trouble here early. If they do, Washington State is a very solid free throw shooting team and could put this game on ice even just as early as the third quarter.
Though today, Washington State's only 33% from the line. Though a solid free throw shooting team, they just haven't really been able to keep up a strong free throw presence today
as Eleonora Villa gets the excellent cut there. Nice backdoor cut, her second of the early moments of this third quarter. Zags looking for an entry pass down low. Turner to Ejim. Ejim with a nice mid-ranger at the top of the key, and she nails it. Excellent shot for Yvonne Ejim. And the Cougs can come back the other way. 38-29, Zags up. Wallach on the outside. Wallach still looking to get some momentum going. 7 points on the day. Tahina back outside. Wallach puts it on the floor, but Ejim all over her. Can't get what she wants. Coville takes a nice little mid-ranger, no good. She had the space for a moment, but just couldn't get the shot up without the contest coming in at the last moment. Ejim outside to Turner, who feeds it down low. Looking for an opportunity as Ujibens, and she can't quite get it to go. Wallach with the rebound. Wallach, one of the best rebounding bigs in the WCC at over 7 rebounds a game. Wallach pops, but can't get the look she wants. Wallach inside, no good. She pivots, and nice little move. Gets the shot to go at the low post in the restricted area. Excellent footwork there to get the job done before getting the offensive 3 seconds.
she's just really established, and she really established her presence there as kind of an older woman. And she also just, in general, just like really forced to get the Gonzaga defense. She was being double guarded, as this will be a traveling on Gonzaga. Turnovers, though, for Gonzaga have been a bit of an issue. They have taken quite a few offensive fouls so far today.
Turnover number 16 for the Zags as we head to a timeout. 6:08 left in the third quarter, 38-31 Zags. Cougs looking to close that gap quickly, and we will be right back here on KUGR Sports. All right, back here at Beasley Coliseum, halfway through the third quarter, 6:08 to go, 38-31 Zags. Cougs coming out of the timeout again. Just both teams with 3 timeouts left, but the Zags starting off hot once again out from outside, shooting the 3-ball excellent. Cougs looking to cut down that lead as well. Villa's currently the leading scorer for the Cougs at 10 points, but Tahina's going to bring the ball up.
Tara Wallach, though, 4 for 7. Villa being 4 for 11 on the day.
That's going to be a turnover for the Cougs. Believe an illegal screen. Yeah, it's going to be a turnover on the Cougs. Ejim's going to be outside as the Zags looking to reverse some momentum here. Ejim looking for a steal down low, but can't get what she wants. Turner, nice mid-ranger. It's going to be an air ball. And that's going to be out on the Zags. Cougs retain possession. Good defensive possession there for the Cougs. Cougs shooting just 33% from 3 and just 40% from the field so far. The most injuring thing has been the free throw shooting, though, at 30%. And that's another turnover. Wallach couldn't get the pass in to Colville, who is looking for the post-up opportunity. Zags going to push the pace, as they've been doing all game. Turner looking for Dalton. Outside on the perimeter, taking it slow, is Claire O'Connor. O'Connor back to Esther Little. Turner on the drive, takes it on the baseline. Nice reverse layup and gets it past Eleanor Avila. Good take there and way to be aggressive there for the guard there. Tahina's going to do the DHO action. Villa looking for Colville. And that's another missed opportunity. That is a couple straight possessions of Colville looking for the post-up opportunity. And nice pull-up there for Allie Turner. Way to be aware on the floor and take it in the middle of the key. 42-31, 4:30 to go. And that's going to be another timeout for Cami Etheridge, who does not look happy on the sideline. Marta Elsina will come in after the timeout. Little small 5-0 run there for the Zags, who are just keep continuing to push the pace and putting the Cougs on their back.
Yeah, Washington State, Cami Etheridge, not looking too pleased with their team. Down, they slowly start clawing back the lead, but they just can't claw back enough. Gonzaga is just consistently maintaining like a steady, it's a steady equilibrium. The score is, and it's not. It's just, and Etheridge is just trying to find some way to improve scoring because there's only so much time in a basketball game. 42-31. This is a pretty low scoring game, but it's certainly just Washington State just hasn't found the magic they had in the first quarter.
It seems every time the Cougs push the momentum and get a little bit of an offensive spark, the Zags just come right back and match it. Allie Turner's been excellent from outside, and Egypt's putting on a show down low. 11 points so far on 4 of 8 shooting. Not to mention an underrated player, Claire O'Connor, the guard who's native to Bellevue, Washington, has been excellent so far. As a sophomore, she's been a key rotation piece for this team. What have you seen so far from the guard play from the Zags team, and what's been so important in terms of breaking down that perimeter Cougs defense?
They just cycle the ball. They cycle the ball, and they split the Cougar defense.
They keep the ball moving. That's always important. Nice assist numbers so far for the Zags. 10 assists on their shots. And we will be right back coming out of this timeout. I'm Connor Seiferling, and you're tuning in to KUGR Sports. All right, we are back here in Pullman. Cougs struggling in the last few possessions, 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes. Looking like the Zags in that first half where they had so many turnovers, kind of returning the favor in a way.
Yeah, in Washington State, if you don't have the ball, you can't score in basketball. It isn't like other sports, like let's say football, where if you're on defense, you can score. In order to score, you gotta have the ball. And Washington State just can't keep the ball for themselves.
Washington State has not had a lead since early in the game, only 10 seconds with a lead in this game. Diana Mendez is going to be back in the game to look to provide some versatility on the wing. The freshman from Africa looking to make an effort. And Wallach sinks it from deep. Excellent pick and pop once again. She showed an excellent awareness today to space the floor. But the Zags are going to push the face. Can't get the shot to go for Salenbane, and it's no good. Tahina's going to push the pace back the other way on the fast break for the Cougs. Sends it outside to an open Elodie Villa, and it's good. Back-to-back triples for the Cougs. Excellent work from outside. 42-37. It's now a 5-point game as the Cougs claw back.
With that three-point line in modern basketball, it can get really easy to cut a deficit as Gonzaga misses yet another three-pointer.
Quick turnaround for the Cougs. 6 straight points. Ellie Villa's got the ball, and Tuhina makes a nice little cut, and she's going to bring it back out. Cami Etheridge hoping this team can settle a little bit here and get some momentum going. Villa again, bang! What a shot from Ellie Villa. Excellent work to space out this Cougs defense. This Cougs offense is coming with a new energy coming out of the last time out.
You know, there's a lot of Gonzaga fans here today, and you heard them earlier. They're all silent now as the Cougar faithful are now on their feet, cheering for what was probably some of the craziest 9 points I've seen. They're 4 for 4, and they're on 9 points in under a minute. 9 points under a minute. That is incredible.
All it came down to is quick offensive possessions and quick defensive possessions, really. Just quickly going back and down the floor, pushing the pace, finally breaking out of that lulling offensive spell that they had, and forcing the Zags to take it down low and work for some inefficient shots around the paint. Excellent work pushing the pace.
And here's the thing. Guess what they didn't do? They didn't turn the ball over.
Which is so key, because that's been what's really slowing down this offense throughout the game. Betancourt's going to bring the ball up for the Zags after that quick timeout. Claire O'Connor back to Betancourt. Betancourt gets a fake. Betancourt on the perimeter. Into the post. Ejim outside. Back out to Salenbane. Ejim from the middle of the key and gets the roll. Much needed basket there for the Zags as they go up 44-40 with 3 minutes to go. Just under 3 minutes. As the Cougs will look to close out this quarter strong, given the momentum they've already had. Zags ending that previous 9-0 run. Marta Asina on the drive. Nice little hop step, but it's going to be blocked by Maud Ujibens. Excellent work there down low.
Yeah, it's just Washington State now has the momentum. Basketball is a psychological game. It's a mental game, and Washington State right now has the psychological advantage.
And great cut there by Deanna Mendez. Excellent work to get her first points on the board. That is what you do if you want to have basketball intelligence and make the most of the opportunity. But the Zags return the favor, quickly moving the ball. The pace has really picked up in this game. Just over 2 minutes to go, 46-42. Zags up by 4.
Tunina may have gotten hit in the face there. She was grabbing her face the entire way down the court.
Tunina's been banged up a couple of times throughout this game, being guarded by Ujibens, who's been a very aggressive defender. Diana Mendez in the post is going to get wrapped up by 2 defenders, but manages to get it out. Alcina open from 3, and it's good. Make it 5-4-5 for the Cougs in the quarter. Cougs have made 5 of their last 6 field goals. Excellent work. Even Alcina is spacing the floor and not typically a great three-point shooter.
Man, oh man, Washington State magically got the 3. I think I'm just going to be taking 3 points from now on if I'm Washington State.
Absolutely. 46-45. All of a sudden, it's a 1-point game as Cami Etheridge's team bounces back. That's going to be a miss outside from Betancourt, and it's going to stick with the Zags off the rebounds. Zags looking to get a little bit of a spark after some defensive rolling. Going to bring in both Esther Little and Allie Turner, two of their best scoring options on the team besides Yvonne Icha. Cougs need to play some strong defense here to keep their momentum going. Allie Turner's going to pull up from deep. No good. A little bit of a bold take there by the freshman. And now Sarah Tuhina continues to push the pace. The Kosovo native, one of the fastest Cougs this team has had in a long time. Mendez feeling confident from outside, but can't get the shot to go. Zags push it back the other way. Another three-pointer, and that one is good. Drained by Betancourt to end that Cougar run. 49-45, just under a minute to go for the Zags.
Washington State, though, 6 for 7 of their last field goals.
Tuhina looking to run a set, finds Mendez on the roll, and nice basket. Make that the second bucket of the quarter for Mendez, providing a nice little spark there. But again, Turner open, and she misses, but rebounded by Uji Benz and blocked by Diana Mendez. Excellent recovery there, and it's going to be Cougar basketball.
I think it bounced off the body of a Gonzaga offensive player. That could have been a nasty one, as Hitchibins was just like wide open for a quick, easy shot there at the top of the key.
Cougs have under 30 seconds to go. They'll get the last shot of the game, down by 2, hoping to tie it up, ending the third quarter. Tahina being hounded by her defender, Little, looking for a shot, takes it early in the shot clock, and it's no good. The Zags have 5 seconds to go. 2, 1, and Turner's going to get off the shot. No good, just from barely inside the arc. And at the end of the third quarter, Cougs have cut it down, 49-47. That was a high-scoring third quarter. 38 total points scored between both teams. Highest scoring quarter of the game so far. Cougs outscoring the Zags 22-16. That was an excellent quarter by the Cougs, who shot the free ball with high efficiency. How do you think those looks got open, and what made the three ball so effective in that quarter for the Cougs?
Number one, Gonzaga wasn't expecting it. Expectations matter. People act on their expectations, and you know what? Gonzaga wasn't expecting that there was going to be a bunch of three balls. Instead, Washington State was able to get it open by cycling the ball and managed to get some pretty good shots off. At one point, they were 6 for 8 on the quarter,
which is just outrageous numbers for a Cougs team that really shoots generally below average from beyond the arc. So excellent work there by the Cougs. We will be back again, 49-47. The start of the fourth quarter will be coming up shortly, and we'll be right back here on KUGR Sports.
Washington State University went wild in the last quarter, scoring 22 points to Gonzaga's mere 16 as they have cut the lead down to 49-47. Gonzaga leads, and we are excited to see this incredible finish to this upcoming conference rivalry game. I'm Dylan Bergman, and we are so happy to have you here today as Gonzaga gets the opening possession of the final quarter, as this ball is going to be going up and in, as Ejam will take two to start the fourth quarter. As this ball we send now all the way over to Eleanor Villa, who sends it back to Mendez, who's going to try to break it inside on a shot inside the key and will just rim that ball out. Here comes Turner, that top freshman for Gonzaga, who will send it on to Hedgebins, who passes it on to Little. Turner now has it. She's out the outside part of that three-point line and sends it back over to Ejam, trying to get some sort of break inside. Ejam will take a pass back from a teammate, as this will be a three-pointer for Gonzaga. Gonzaga starting off the quarter well, scoring 5 in a row.
Quick 5-0 run for the Zags. They're spacing the floor much better than they did in that third quarter. Excellent start for a fast Zags team. Tahina with the miss.
Yes, that was certainly been a quick, rapid fire responding to Washington State's incredible 4 threes in a row, as this is Little is going to be wide open. She doesn't take the shot. She sends this one on to Hedgebins, who will take a jumper, 2-point jumper, just rimmed out, as Wallach sends it over to Tunia, as that ball is sent back to Wallet, who Asila will try and get some sort of break inside, as Wallach kicks the ball inside the key, sends it back to Asila, who takes a jumper, a little off bounce jumper, just a little off the rim, as Turner will send it on over to Hedgebins for Gonzaga, who sends it back to Turner. It's all over the place here as Gonzaga is trying to find some way to break it inside. There's going to be a screen there by Little, as Des will give Turner 3 points. Gonzaga is now on a 8-point run, as Cami Etheridge not looking like a happy camper out there, as she will be calling yet another Washington State timeout.
Yeah, Turner's been excellent to start this quarter. That three-point shooting that we've been talking about all night, all of a sudden coming out. She's already got 18 on the day. Excellent performance there. The Zags just looking with new energy, and some sort of offensive spark is just pushing this team forward. Excellent job pushing the pace and matching the energy of the Cougs. Etheridge visibly frustrated, especially after that Mendez pivot foot and weird mid-range jumper that she took. The looks that have been starting the quarter for this team have just not looked quite as good as they have in past quarters. The efficiency is way down.
57-47 your score right now, 7 minutes and 49 seconds. Washington State is yet to score.
It has been a slow start to this quarter. The Cougs just can't get the looks that they want to get. Inefficient opportunities, mid-range jumpers that aren't really what the team is looking for after an excellent quarter of shooting three-pointers. They're going to have to look to match the pace and stay energetic to really play up to the Zags' ability.
That is correct, as Cami Etheridge, who has probably been one of the best coaches in WSU history, is trying to get some sort of adjustments here. 57-47 is your score right now. And as WSU is taking a break, we'll also be joining them. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Blues. Once more, 57-47, 7 minutes and 49 seconds remain in regulation. Washington State has been shut out here in the final quarter of play in Pullman as they are down 57-47 as Gonzaga started the quarter off on an 8-point streak. My, oh my, this is going to be an interesting finish as Washington State had a trifecta of threes to start off the third quarter, and Gonzaga started out hot this fourth one. As here comes Mendez inside the paint, trying to find a basket, and that one will be rimmed out. Joint possession, joint possession, joint possession. It will be Washington State ball. Never mind, there'll be a foul on Diana Mendez as she is going to be, as Cami Etheridge is visibly upset there. Her hair is getting into her mouth. She is that fuming with, just disagreeing with that call as Washington State will get yet another turnover as here comes Gonzaga's response. This one will be sent over to O'Connor, who passes it on to Benincorp as here comes an O'Connor open three. Foul called on the floor for on Washington State. That's their second foul since the timeout. Washington State definitely in foul trouble.
Yeah, Washington State needs to get away from these out physically plays where they just can't get the positioning they want. That's not the way to do it down low. Diana Mendez, a little bit rough around the edges as she continues to work on this freshman season.
Benincourt coming in. The UConn transfer sends it over to Eugene, who in turn passes it on to Turner. Eugene will take it now an open three as that one will be rimmed out, and Hera Wallach will pick it up and send it on to Tunita. Tunita looking around, trying to find someone as she will find Tara Wallach. Wallach goes to that far side of the court, a little bit off balance there to Villa as Wallach will come inside the paint and will be fouled. I believe it will be a foul on the floor as this will be Washington's, and this will be Gonzaga's first foul since the timeout. 57-47 is your score with 6 minutes and 42 seconds remaining. Never mind, it is a shooting foul. Tara Wallach will be coming to the line. She has been fairly good at the line with a 72% success rate. Rims out, bounces out the first one. 57-47 it remains. Cami Etheridge pacing around, looking a little disappointed.
Yeah, clearly nervous about the end of this game. She knows how important this game is to the Cougs' success in the WCC, and that's going to be Diana Mendez's third foul of the quarter.
And she is just looking very, very annoyed.
Annoyed and lost. Mendez just not being able to balance, and Coach Cami Etheridge is going to have to go to her bench early, working with Alex Coville. Coville's a great defender, but I'm sure she wanted to save her for later in this quarter.
Right you are, as this one will be sent over to Dalton, who passes it back to Turner. Ejune now breaks inside the line, sends it to Turner, though, as it will be now Dalton on that outside part of the line. Ejune out the outside part of the paint as Tara Wallach gets a steal. Tara Wallach on the breakaway, sends it on to Hegil, who sends it back in turn to Villa, who will find Coville, who will get two for Washington State, their first points of the quarter with 6 minutes remaining, as this will be a Gonzaga three-pointer. 60-49 is your score with 6 minutes in the game and inside of regulation, as this ball will be sent onto Asila. Washington State, though, today has been able to get hot, as this one's going to be a three-pointer by Villa, which gets a little bit rimmed out. Washington State, remember, started the half with a trio of threes, as Gonzaga will turn the ball over.
That's going to be Gonzaga's 19th or 20th turnover now. They've struggled with consistency on that side of the floor, but the shooting is really making up for it. Cougs now down by 11.
That is correct. 60-49 your score. 5 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. As Tunita has the ball, she will cut inside just on top of that Pac-12 logo and sends it on to Asila. Asila coming inside, goes to Coville. Coville will get boxed out by by the Dutch big woman Higimens, as Dalton will be guarded by Villa, has to send the pass on over to O'Connor. This is going to be sent to Turner, that strong freshman shooter. Will hit the ball. Attempted rebound by O'Connor is knocked out of bounds by Gonzaga. It will be Washington State ball with Nora Villa taking the inbound.
It might just be, but this Cougs team looks gassed on defense. There's so many opportunities for the Zags, finding their way around the floor, easy spacing, easy cuts. Not sure what is happening.
Yes, as this will be down to Villa. Villa for three, and she scores 3 points for Washington State. 60-52. 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the rivalry game. The battle for Eastern Washington has it now as O'Connor sends it over to her big woman Higimens. As the ball's going to be deflected, kick ball on Washington State on the floor to Nina with the foul.
That was a big necessary 3 for the Cougs. They've been struggling from outside all this fourth quarter. Now with just 4.5 minutes to go, down by 8, this game is definitely winnable. It's going to take a lot of work on the defensive end, though, where they've really struggled in this quarter.
Yes, Villa has been 4 for 6 on 3-pointers for today. As this one for 19 points, as this one was going to bounce to O'Connor, as she will remember that it's Dalton who gets 3 points for Gonzaga, 63-52 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. The ball's going to be aired up, and there's going to be a shooting foul, and count that basket! 63. It's going to be 63-54 with Alex Colville coming to the line. Colville has not taken a free throw for today. Free throws are free throws. They're free points, and Washington State needs the points now.
That was a great go-ahead pass on the fly. They just need to keep pushing the pace to match the Zags' energy. Good and one, and she's not going to get the free throw, though.
Yeah.
Critical points that she needed there.
Yeah, misses the traditional three-point play, as this will be taken up here by Turner, who passes it on to Benincourt. Turner has the ball again on that far side as Eugene will take it on the top of the key. She takes it right from where the free throw line is. Ball's going to be deflected around as Villa will get the defensive rebound, and she will charge down the court. She is give it to Tara Wallach, who just bounces off the rim. Villa with the rebound, though, as Tunia sends it over to Villa, though, as this will be Asila, who has gotten a 3 today, as Villa takes a uncontested 3 and will score 3 points. 63-57 is now your score. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. 5-point differential, as it will be now Turner sending it to Eugene, who has it again and passes it back to Turner. And as Benincourt will be taking this one at the top of the line, strong contest going on inside the line as Benincourt will be able to finish and score 2, 65-57. 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in regulation as Tunita has the ball at the top of that Washington State Cougar logo as Villa takes a 3-point shot. That's going to be blocked. I don't even know what kind of shot that was as here comes Eugene now as Washington State picks up the ball. 65-57 right now. No score on the that play. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining here in regulation. Cami Etheridge really trying to do some last-minute adjustments on the fly by yelling at our team. This is going to be sent to Villa, who has it. He passes it on to Colville. She's going to be strongly contested and hands it off to Villa, and Villa will score 2. 65-59, your score. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in regulation. It is certainly an exciting time as both teams as fans are making some noise. Gonzaga really trying to either force Washington State to make a mistake or run out that clock as they are up by 6. Washington State, though, has been able to get hot as it's going to be a foul on the floor. Clock stops, though. 2 minutes remaining here in regulation. It's going to be a foul on Washington State. Substitution as Little will come in for Gonzaga. Not sure who she's going to be taking out. It's going to be Benincourt. Benincourt will go to the bench for Little.
The Cougs looking a little exasperated on defense. This is a very critical possession down by 6.
Yes, it's going to be Turner now with the inbound. Eugene gets it. She's going to be blocked. Ball's been bouncing around. It's practically ping-pong pinball, if you will, in the key as Gonzaga will obtain possession as Turner will cross over that Cougar logo. 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Off a screen by her big woman as this will be sent over to Eugene, who passes it on to Little. Eugene taking a 3 on the shot clock violation. Oh no, dead ball. Never mind, it'll be a shot clock violation. Shot clock violation. 65-59 is your score.
Before that possession, mentioned how critical it was. They did a great job making sure nothing was open on the perimeter, and then on those pick and rolls, doing a great job rotating and recovering. Cougs need to score on this possession with 1:30 to go.
Yes, Tunina now has the ball. And this critical Washington State's possession takes a screen from Villa. Not really successful as she takes another screen as this is going to be a 2-point attempt. It's going to be rebounded by Gonzaga. 1 minute, 23 seconds remaining. 6-point game as Benincourt will lose possession and will go out of bounds. Cougar ball. 1 minute, 19 seconds remain. 65-59.
Cougs catch a big break there as I believe that was Betancourt pushing the pace.
Yep. Oh my goodness gracious. It's going to be Asila for Washington State, passing it on to Vila, who in turn sends it on to Tunia, who just finds her big woman in Colville. And Colville scores 2 for Washington State. 65-61 is your score. 4-point differential. Tunita really challenging here. There's going to be a foul called on Washington State. Going to be a blocking foul as the big woman, the Dutch big woman, Hugimens, number 5 for Gonzaga, will be slowing it up. Never mind. I think that is Benincourt, actually, who is slow to get up.
At this point in the game, the Cougs do have a foul to give, and stopping the clock is not a bad thing.
65-61 is your score as here comes the Gonzaga inbounds. They will cross over the Washington State logo as Eugene will be challenged by Wallach. She's going to try to run the clock out, but she doesn't have the shot clock on her side. Here comes Turner now, finds Eugene at the top near the foul line. She's going to charge inside near the paint and will get it. A score inside the restricted zone. As here comes Tunita for Washington State. This is going to be Villa. Contested 3, and that was going to be rimmed out by, as there's going to be 2 Cougar defenders trying to get that ball as Turner will have it. Shot clock is on Gonzaga's side as Washington State will take the foul. 67-61 is your score. 24 seconds remaining in regulation.
Villa felt like she had to rush the 3 there as the Cougs went down by 6. Ejim really put the game on ice on the last possession, getting the nice crossover. The Cougs did a good job holding out until the last few seconds on the shot clock, but at the very end there, she pushed the pace, drove into the paint, and just sealed the deal. Now all the Zags have to do is close it out with these free throws.
Yeah, the crowd making a bit of noise here as it is a healthy attendance for Cougar women's basketball. 68-61 is now your score as Turner the freshman will make her first free throw and will make the second. 69-61 is your score. Washington State will take a timeout as Cami Etheridge will try to dig herself out of a 69-61 score. 24 seconds remaining. If you're Cami Etheridge, which you're not, but if you were, hypothetically, what would you be telling your team?
Well, there's really not a lot to do in this scenario down Bay 8. Obviously, you're going to still keep fighting. I really think a quick 2 is probably, a quick 3 is really the way to go. Get going on the perimeter and pushing the pace, and then playing full court defense on the other side and fouling the rest of the way. That's about all you can do in this situation, kind of the conventional way to handle it. Down by 8, it's going to take a lot of work. Hopefully, they can get a deflection, pressure the ball as heavily as they can, maybe force a timeout by the Zags by not being able to get it over the line, but at this point in the game, the Cougs have to do a lot to crawl their way back.
Right you are. This is certainly a nerve-wracking opportunity. Really, that second quarter is really coming back to bite them, though.
That's where a lot of it really fell apart, and the Zags, blew the door open and made the most of the opportunity. After a stellar third quarter, they started to come back, had it down to 2 at one point, but the Cougs have just not been able to regain the lead, and the Zags match their energy all the time and all day, every day.
That is correct. That is certainly going to be an interesting opportunity. Washington State, though, is currently tied for first in WCC, though Gonzaga is tied for third. Gonzaga has only 2 losses in the past 2 years in WCC conference play. As here comes Tunita with that 3-point attempt. That's going to be bounced out. Timeout called by Gonzaga. 16.9 seconds remain. 69-61 is your score.
And that's the exact opposite of a productive possession. Tahina just didn't look like she knew what the last set was there, and didn't get the screen she wanted. Eleanor Avila didn't get open, and in the end had to heave up a deep three because she saw how low the clock was getting. Unfortunate possession for the Cougs there, and all the Zags have to do now is run the rest of the clock out.
They have it's under 30 seconds, so they got the shot clock on their side. If I'm a betting man, I'm putting my money on Gonzaga winning this one. 17 seconds remaining as Gonzaga will inbound after the timeout.
Cougs will likely pressure the ball here, look to get a deflection, a steal, anything at this point. But again, down by 8, it's gonna be a tough one.
It'll be Betancourt, the UConn transfer grad student from Portugal, who will be taking this inbound. She's going to be guarded by Wallach. Wallach trying to force something as this ball's going to be bounced around. As it's going to be 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is it. Washington State loses. Gonzaga 69, Washington State 61. That is your final score here in Pullman, as Washington State takes their second conference loss as they go 5-2, falling down to being tied at third place in the WCC.
Well, this was a really critical matchup for the Cougs. Gonzaga is one of the better teams in the WCC. Started off the year struggling again with a similar tough non-conference schedule as the Cougs. But the Zags just showed they are the better team, coming into Pullman and just putting on a show from outside. Obviously, both teams shooting well, pretty efficient from three-point land, and the pace was heavy today from both teams. But despite the Zags' turnovers, they just continued to play hard, show a lot of energy, and made it really difficult for the Cougs to capitalize on what they wanted to do.
That is most certainly true, as Washington State University will fail to pick up the W, though number 10, Eleonora Villa, the sophomore guard, that is a pretty big bright spot on today's performance, would you say?
Yeah, if anything, if there's a positive to take away from this performance, it is definitely Ellie Villa. There was a few possessions at the end where she started to look lost on offense, but she was the biggest reason the Cougs stayed in the game offensively. She did a great job looking for her shot, getting to the spot she wanted to, letting it fly from 3 when she needed to. This is one of the games that I've observed so far where she seems very confident. She's not always confident in her shot, but if you need someone to get a bucket, the Cougs know to go to Ellie Villa. And so it's great to see her have a performance like that. Her and Tara Wallach working together in the pick and roll. Again, excellent performance by Villa, but really the star of the show is just the Zags team in general and their offensive performance.
Yeah, while Villa equaled the next two highest scorers for Washington State combined, Tara Wallach and Corville, who both had 12 points on the day, 24 points combined together with her 24 points. The freshman, though, for Gonzaga, Turner, she was doing pretty well. 20 points today.
Yeah, Allie Turner was excellent from outside. She went 4 of 10 from deep. Again, before the game, as usual, it's something I cannot mention enough. One of the best three-point shooters in the conference, really a rising star as a perimeter scorer. And so it was great to see her display some confidence. And out of any player on the floor, she looked the most ready to take a shot at any point when the Zags needed it, and she delivered. So excellent work there by the Cougs, or not by the Cougs, by the Zags overall to get her the ball, feed it, and make the most of the opportunity.
I mean, it is what it is. You lose some, you win some. And today is one of those days you just lose one. 69-59 is your final score. I've enjoyed myself. Join us for our next home game as Washington State will be taking on the Portland Pilots. Certainly a rough batch. Portland just got their first defeat of the season, and they're 15-2 on the year.
They are an excellent team. Probably the favorites still to win the WCC, despite being about 3rd or 4th in the standings. So that'll be a key matchup for the Cougs. And for a team that's averaging about 87 points a game, this Cougs defense is going to really have to turn itself up.
Yes, sir. As I've enjoyed myself, 69-61 is your final score. You're listening to KOGR. I'm Dylan Bergman.
I'm Connor Seiferling.
And have a good afternoon, and go Cougs.